everybody,
and welcome to RealMomly
with Caitlin and Charlie. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Caitlin, and this is our very first podcast.
It is. And we are those stay-at-home moms, a little homely, what? Sweatpants, day pajamas,
night pajamas,
and
no bra.
Yeah, no bra.
That's our life.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up the Urban Dictionary for momly, and it describes us perfectly. It is a word describing a woman who is not enough to be a MILF, but is by no means ugly. These women usually look pretty good, but have some feature, like boring hair or mom jeans or plainer clothes that make them not as hot as a MILF. Which would be our everyday attire.
Mom jeans, yes, when I put
when
other
we
pants
wear
on,
jeans.
right? Other pants other than sweatpants or leggings. And then hair's pretty boring. Actually, I need a haircut. It's pretty crunchy.
I get a haircut maybe twice a year. So
every 6 months, twice a year, every 6 months or so.
Yep.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you after this if you could trim the back of my hair.
Sure, no problem. I'll save you another 6 months.
Thank you. But yeah, and I just think that describes us perfectly. Well, me, totally. That is so me.
100%. I mean, don't get us wrong. We're MILFs when we
are.
want to get dressed up
Yeah.
and we go out when we want to be.
Exactly.
But majority of the time, we're momly.
That's way better than homely. That sounds so much better than homely.
All right, so let's dive into our lives. We want to introduce ourselves and kind of talk a little bit about our relationship and give you guys some information about us.
Yeah. So we met when we were, I was 2, you were 3. So we've known each other for 25 years. Mm-hmm. We grew up on the same street as each other.
Yep.
Our houses were diagonal.
Yep.
From each other. Yeah. We were the neighborhood hood
crew.
rats. Yes, we were. We had a lot of fun though.
We did. It wasn't just us. We had brothers and sisters and
cousins. We all went to the same daycare.
Yep. And then the same school for a little while. And then I moved. And then moved back. And then we lived with each other many times.
Yeah, we have. That's funny. Every time, though, we moved out, like, that was the only time we had, like, differences.
Yeah. We moved out because we were living with our significant others or whatever, and life was going on in that direction, and we didn't stay as close as when we were living together.
Exactly.
And then we'd break up, and then we would move back in together.
That's exactly what would happen. Yeah.
So we just have always... I mean, of course, every relationship has their ups and downs. We've never had, like, crazy downs.
No.
But...
nothing compared to, like, other friendships that I've had that are, like... I think back and I'm like, that was traumatic.
Yeah, for real. Definitely.
Right?
But, we've definitely stuck together. And now you're pretty much the only person I text all the time.
Exactly. You're my only friend. Thank you for that.
Now that we're momly, we've only got each other.
Yeah, we both have babies.
Yep.
Well, Caitlin has 2 babies. I have just 1 baby.
Yeah. I have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Yeah, and I have a 1-year-old, 18-monther.
Yeah. He's like right in the middle.
Oh, no, he's not 18 months. He's what? He's like 15 months. Good Lord, giving him extra age. I can't do that. He's already grown up so fast. It's so sad.
I know. They get big so quick.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we even had babies. Like, I got pregnant 3 months after Oakland was born.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
So they're like right in the middle of each other.
It is. We had them all around the same age.
Which is nice. I mean, they always say that like true best friends have babies together and get married together and like
I always thought, I'm like, how did people like you see literally women who are best friends pregnant like the same amount, like due dates the same.
Yeah. And you're like, how did they do that?
How did they do that?
How do they plan that?
Right? You obviously must spend that much time together that your periods are that synced.
Yeah. I don't know how the whole thing works. But I mean, we were lucky to be best friends and then to raise best friends.
Yeah. Because I mean, that's how we were with our siblings. And, your sister's like my sister, and same with my brothers and my family. We're family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're a blended family.
Exactly, of all the craziness. But it's cool, though. It's really nice.
Yeah.
To have that one person, like when shit goes bad.
When you got to deal with some crap.
Exactly, and you can vent and just bullshit.
Yeah. So I am a stay-at-home mom, and I have been since Oakland was born. And it's been crazy. Yeah. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but it's been crazy, especially with 2 of them.
Yeah, I can't even imagine 2 babies.
Yes. So
both under the age of 2.
Yes. It's been a rough last year, but we've made it. Emberlin's finally 1, and Oakland is 2, and Oakland's potty trained. That was an adventure. And Emberlin's not quite walking yet, but she's getting there.
She's taking a few steps.
Yeah, and she'll stand there, but she won't
anytime
walk yet. Which I'm surprised, because I feel like she would have been like running after Oakland. I don't know.
She's just kind of like Emberlyn does things her own way.
Yeah, she's chill.
She is laid back.
Yeah.
Kind of back in the corner, just observing everybody.
Yeah. She's me. That's my personality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless I'm drunk.
Dude, you're like 2 different people.
I know.
I get the same way though, but
I think when you're drunk, you just don't care. You're like, F it. I don't care what people think of me. I'm going to say what I want.
That's true. Yeah. Man, the good old days. Getting drunk all the time. I can't even Jake makes fun of me all the time because I'm like 1 glass and I'm just
done.
So done.
Yep. That's how I am. I had to plan it out. I'm like, okay, so Thursday this week, I'm going to have a glass of wine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
The problem with that is you going out is great, have date night, do what you need to do. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to have to get up at 7 a.m. with my kids. Do I really want to be hungover? No. Mm-hmm. I don't even want to be sober and do it.
Exactly. So. Oh man, what I would give to sleep in, and I don't even think I could sleep in.
Yeah.
Now,
your clock is set. Exactly. Your internal clock is set.
It's so annoying.
Sleeping in is 8 o'clock. I tried to sleep in this morning, and I got up at 8:30. I'm like, oh. I mean, it was an extra.
Bad. That's actually, Cole has been waking up at 8, and it's like a whole new world. Mm-hmm. A different, from 6:30, 7.
Well, now Oakland does this thing where she wants to get up when her dad leaves, and he's leaving at 6:30, 6:45, sometimes a little earlier.
Man.
And
will she sit out there by herself though?
She will sometimes, yeah.
Or she'll come in the bed with you.
Mm-hmm. But with the whole potty training thing, I don't want her peeing in my bed, so I'm jumping up to make sure she doesn't pee in the bed.
Yeah, no, that's
because it's one thing for them to pee on the toddler bed because that mattress is waterproof, so it can't get gross. But ours, you pee on it, you're gonna smell that for the rest of your life.
Oh my God, yeah. You can't even clean a fucking mattress.
Mm-mm.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I'm paranoid.
You should get one of those.
I have
pads.
I have a pad. I have 2 pads on it, but it still freaks me out.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know I'm gonna have to get over it because eventually, I'm sure there's gonna be throw up and pee, and that's the life of kids.
And you can't go out and buy another $2,000 mattress.
No way.
Fucking A. But yeah, so I'm also a stay-at-home mom. I did work. I went back to work probably when Cole was 4 months old, 5 months old, maybe. April. So he was 4 months old. Yeah, 4 months. And I only work 2 days a week, though. So,
yeah, but still, you got to have a little bit of the
time. Yeah, it kind of makes you feel at first, I think for the first month, I probably cried almost every time leaving Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then once you get down the road and you're like, There's no baby in my car.
I can let the windows down.
Yes, and you just take those little things for granted when you have a baby. You really do. But I mean, yeah, just going to work. I mean, I'm not working now. I worked there for almost a year. But it was a very toxic environment, and I had to kind of like just get out of there. And also nights, I mean, Jake working nights, it's really hard to get a babysitter. And then,
well, you have to make sure that the money you make is more than what you're paying the babysitter. Otherwise, it's not worth it.
Not at all. And then when you don't want to like count on family too much at the same time, because you don't want to like overstay your welcome and, you know, take advantage of that. But
at least that's how you feel, whether they feel that way or not.
Exactly. And I mean, my therapist always tells me, like, you can ask, and if they say yes and they don't really want to, that's on them. They said yes.
Yeah.
You know, like, don't worry. Like, that's their own issue if they're, like, annoyed by it.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, you can't control their feelings.
I always think that, like, as far as us even getting a babysitter for one night, I feel like we're just bothering people.
Honestly, when I think about getting a babysitter, it gives me anxiety. Like date night, when like on the last time that we went to that salt thing, the Himalayan salt.
Oh yeah.
Trying to like thinking like, okay, I was, you know, like, who am I going to ask? The two people, you know, like you included, and like, so X you out. That's not an option because we're going together. But it gives me anxiety. And then trying to like find even just like a hometown like babysitter that will come to your house that doesn't cost $100
I know. It's crazy how much
they
like
charge.
they want to have, you know, $20 an hour. And I totally understand kids, you know, they're rough, but you know, that's just not doable for working parents.
No, not everyone. People on a budget, people who need two incomes or are on one income and are having to consolidate, but still need a freaking date night.
Oh yeah, I think that's super important. I think it's really, really important. And some people are like, date night every week. That's not me.
Oh man, I wish date night every week. Is that even I didn't even know people could do that.
Our old boss, they did every Saturday night.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They had date night, or they have date night.
But
every
they
Saturday
also
night.
have the money,
right,
to have like a nanny.
Yeah,
they have a babysitter that they call for when they go out of town and on vacation.
They go out all the time.
Exactly.
They
also
have the
because
means.
they have the money.
But I don't know if I would be comfortable
going out every week.
Yeah, because I'm like, you're not even just paying for a babysitter, but you're paying for all the drinks, all the food, everything you guys end up doing.
That's true. I mean, honestly, at the same time, that's the thing. When you have a kid, you got to get creative. So like date night could be like after your child goes to bed, doing like something in the living room, like making
a palette or have a picnic or
exactly. So it doesn't have to necessarily be, which I mean, shit, I'm saying that, and I don't think Jake and I have done that since having Cole. I think one time I made a fort, and that's what I did. I made a fort.
Yeah, with Cole included.
No, Cole was not included. Cole went to bed. But then, and then I'm like, you overthink it in your mind. You're like, okay, this is going to be so romantic. Fort, we're going to have sex. It's going to, and then you're like, you're in a fucking fort. Like, what? Let's watch a TV show. All right, you got your beer. All right, let's get the weed.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Like, then reality sits in, and you're like, all right, we're chilling. We're both fucking tired.
Reality is, who the fuck's going to clean this up?
Who's
going to fold all these blankets?
Fold all of this? That's so fucking true. And I folded all of them. Or I just crumbled them all up and put them in the guest room and hid them for a few, months? I was going to say weeks, and I was like, no, that's a lie. Months. Even the laundry, my laundry, I think, has been out there for like all week.
Yeah, that's my problem. So I'll wash it, but it'll just sit in baskets until I eventually fold it. That's my problem.
Yeah. Honestly, I used to be really good at it when Cole would go to sleep, and that was like my time. I'd put on my show, I'd make it really dark in here, and then I'd fold all the laundry. But since Jake's been home, dude, that's all out the window. Cleaning, laundry. Routine is all scattered right now.
Yeah, quarantine, man.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. So
I feel like anytime, like every weekend that he's home from work, because I usually have the house like in order, like everything's clean to where it needs to be, you know, organized.
Yeah,
at
where
least.
you know everything is.
Dishes are done most of the time, you know, like things are done. And then
That's
when
my thing.
Sherrod's
I'm
home,
bad
it's
at
like
dishes.
I walk out for a second to check the mail and I come back in and it's like
A bomb has gone off.
nobody's touched the dishes for 2 days. The counters need to be clean. There's toys everywhere. Like I just don't keep up with it. And Lord knows he doesn't do any of it.
Yeah, no. Jake's actually getting a lot better. He actually sweeps. He's been sweeping. Yeah, I know, which is a big deal because it gets fucking... These floors are just so gross.
Do you have a Swiffer?
I do, but...
Well, dirt on the... Like, I don't like dirt on the floor either.
No, it's awful. It's awful.
Yeah.
On your feet,
But
any in your
Sherrod can't feel
toes.
that because he always has socks and shoes on.
Yeah,
Always
well-
has his slides.
I haven't done...
Well, he doesn't go outside with them on. Those are like his inside slides.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, I love it.
Yeah.
See, I always have slippers and then I'm like inside, outside, dirt.
Yeah, I know. I do
and
that
I
shit all the
garden,
time, and
and
I'm
I'm
like,
just like,
oh man, that
Yeah.
they were nice at one point.
Exactly. And then I wash them and I'm like, weren't these getting clean? And it's like, oh yeah, because I have like fucking dirty ass feet every day because my floor is dirty. And then your kid got like, when Cole used to crawl.
Yeah, on his
He,
hands
and
and
he'd
knees.
get like dirt on his knees. Oh man. But I mean, vacuum.
Swiffer it.
Well, I don't have this. I mean, I have a Swiffer, but I can't find. I don't want to buy the little pads.
Yeah.
I really want this steam mop.
I have one. But you think you're going to use it all the time because I was totally stoked. I'm like, yes, I love this. I'm going to use this all the time. We put it on our registry or whatever for the baby shower so we could get that discount from Target. And we bought it, and I think I've used it maybe a total of 4 times since the shower, and that's been over a year. So,
Okay,
but it's hard. I mean,
It
when you
is.
have all hardwood floors and you have to mop all of it, it's just steam it. It's a lot
That's true.
because
That
you
is.
got to sweep first if you think about it. And I
Well,
usually
yeah, you
sweep,
have
then
to, like,
vacuum, and then steam.
Yes, exactly. And then I mop, but I suck at mopping. And I have the shittiest mopper. So I just usually put like bleach in there and just hope that like it's
It's
kill
getting it.
everything, you know? And I don't really like bleach because it smells so freaking bad.
Yeah.
But it's like that clean smell. That clean burn your nose, like killing all the good germs in your nose at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, it's gross. I don't even remember what we were talking about before that.
Me either.
We got on to cleaning. We're not going to talk about cleaning because I suck at cleaning.
Yeah. Not a good subject for us.
Oh, no.
This isn't a cleaning podcast.
Right.
We do not have good tips about that. I don't, at least.
So we both ended up getting pregnant
Oh, right.
very shortly after,
We started dating
yeah,
our
significant others. And I
Baby
wouldn't even really
daddies.
call what we, like myself, Sherrod and I we weren't technically together dating. We were just kind of hanging out, having fun, fooling around occasionally,
Yeah.
which made us have a baby.
Yeah.
And now we do that, but we're just parents.
That's funny. Yeah, no, Jake and I were dating. I mean, in the beginning, I was like, hell no. I am moving. I'm getting the fuck out of Florida. I'm getting the hell out of here. My mom just died and ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and
Peace
that
out.
didn't happen. You know, I fell in love with his cute little smile and his
Who?
singing.
Your kids or
Jake's.
Jake's?
Cute little smile, that little baby. Just kidding. No, I totally fell in love. And then I did make him wait, though. So we were dating like 3 months before I got pregnant. But we were only having sex for like 6 weeks, I swear. I feel like it was
3
so-
months, no sex, one time, boom,
Right,
baby.
done. Like, and then you think about it and you're like, dude, how many times have I had sex? And never once has this happened.
Right?
Like,
Your whole life.
6 weeks is a lot of time for sex. It's a lot of sex that can be had in 6 weeks.
Jake, shut up.
6 weeks, you can have a lot of sex in
That
6
is
weeks.
true. And especially when you're first like in it and you're like,
But
all
6
like,
weeks of sex compared to 24 years of not 24 years because
I
you're
was
not
like,
having sex.
damn.
You're not having
Caitlin.
So I would say 10 years. Let's say 10 years.
10 years
of sex and no baby.
Yeah.
I mean, back and forth, we've used protection, and I've been off birth control and on birth control and off of it.
Times. And literally, like, you know, you have every once in a while, like, those little, like, oh, no, I might be pregnant, or, like, but you're like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not.
No big deal.
And then you get your period and you're fine and you go on with your life.
But
and
I guess that really shows you that, like, when it's your time, it's your time.
That is
and
true.
God
When
has
it's
a
your
plan
person.
for you, and,
Yes, exactly.
you
When
know.
it's with the right person. And there's some, oh man, I say that though, but I know one person in my head where I'm just like, damn, she got pregnant with that guy at that time. And it's just like,
I know I have a lot of people like that in my head, and
but then
it
that's
doesn't
me
work
judging.
out, right?
That's totally me judging. But
Well, it doesn't work out like how it works out for us.
Yeah, I
How
know.
it worked out
for us.
us.
That's true.
Like,
I mean,
we're like
everyone's
one in a
stories-
million,
Very much so.
which is crazy that we're in the same boat. I just think that that's whole, like our
Right. I always think about it, especially having babies so close together and it happening so fast. And like, even with our relationships with
Yeah.
our significant others and how that happened. Because I mean, I know when I got pregnant, I was like, Caitlin, tell me what the fuck to do because you've been through this before and I don't know what the hell. Like,
Well, I got pregnant and Shad and I weren't even together at the time. Nor was
No.
I planning on being with him when I told him. And then we just he was like, all right, cool.
he stepped up. I mean, he stepped
He
up.
totally changed. He 180'd it.
180.
100%. He's the best man in the world and best father, and
Yeah.
we're great together. And
Well, he moved in to help support you through the pregnancy too, right?
yeah, and we
Before
were
that.
friends for a little while, and then it kind of just, and then it was near, like around the time when Oakland was almost born, when we were like,
I remember you telling me that you loved him and you wanted to be with him,
yeah,
and that he was nervous that you were gonna change your mind once Oakland
because
was
I told
born.
him that I didn't want to be with him at all.
Exactly.
Yep. So then he was like, "No, I'm not going to be with you."
Right? It was it took some time for him to come around.
But I think that that's really important. Like, that was our learning curve for him and I in our particular relationship. And I think every relationship goes through a certain learning curve that makes you even stronger. So I think like that was ours, like getting over that and learning how to live this new life with these, new people.
Yes. People
having
that
to take care of them, and like for us to be the only supporters for them. And
yeah.
it's totally different life that you ever think of, being single and not having kids. You have this
Exactly.
built up in your mind of like what you think it's going to be.
And it's completely different than
No.
you can't even imagine what it will be like.
And this relationship is, I can truly say this is the definition of love for me compared to all of my past relationships. That was just a joke. Like when I think about all of those,
yeah.
I'm just like,
same
man, was
back
I
for
really
me.
in love? I don't think so. And this relationship, we started opposite. We had kids first, and then we started building a relationship. But
yeah, that's
know,
true. I mean, even when Jake, like, we hadn't talked about like the serious, like having kids, or I mean, even when I told him, we were just both like, all right, like we're having a baby, okay.
yeah.
And he stepped up to. I mean, they're living the bachelor lifestyle.
Bachelor, bachelorette up in here.
Yes. I mean, shit. Going from literally, you're like going from like, I mean, you have like, your bills, but nothing that serious.
No.
I mean,
I spent most of my money on alcohol,
exactly.
to be honest.
And that's the thing is like,
Food
I
and
remember I'd be like,
alcohol.
oh shit, like running out of cash. Like, like now it's like, dude, you run out of cash. Like that's diapers. That's fucking,
right?
Like it's serious.
You wipes, diapers, toilet
Oh my God.
paper.
Yeah. All of it's just, it's like, no.
And now you got the money, but you can't fucking find it anywhere because of quarantine and all these people up in here hoarding all this toilet paper. I'm like, Oki sits there and plays with the toilet paper, and I'm like, you
So
can't
does
touch
Cole.
that. I have to move it because we can't.
He started putting it in the bathtub with him, and
Oh,
and it
gosh.
disintegrates, and it's so fucking gross.
Yeah.
And you can't even pick it out. Oh my God. But yeah, we just opened our pack of
Yes,
toilet
bag.
paper.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm over here like, Oh my gosh, what are we going to do when we actually get down to one roll
left?
Because I've been to this, Sherrod and I have both been to the store.
And they still don't have any?
No.
Nuh-uh.
I went to Walmart and he went to Publix. And then the next day I went to Publix and Walmart and they both didn't have any. And I'm like, what the hell?
Really?
And they don't know when they're going to get it, so it's not like they can tell you.
I
Like,
was
oh, we're
told-
going to get a shipment on Friday. Be here in the morning, you know?
The Publix in Satellite Beach, that's what I live in Rockledge. I had to go to Satellite Beach to find milk. Yeah, that was earlier this week, like Monday or something.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, the Publix and the Walmart always has milk by me. But I could not find meat, which I thought was crazy.
But the guy in Satellite Beach told me that toilet paper comes in the middle of the night. And then the morning crowd swipes it away.
Eats it all up.
Yes. They just fucking...
That's why people go get in line at 4 a.m. before these doors open. It's crazy.
Oh my goodness. They're insane. I'm just ready for them to fucking shut shit down and get it over with.
I know. I don't know why they're back and forth. Oh, we're gonna close this, but no, we're gonna do this, and yeah,
Never
we
mind.
are. It just doesn't make any.
Make up your mind.
I
Florida.
saw like that our state is now one of the highest with
fuck
numbers
because
with cases.
like we don't care. Well, some people
Corona.
don't care about it. I mean,
Yeah, well, Florida has the highest number of elderly people, which is kind of
that's
like
true because people come here to die.
Yeah, so it's just, I would think that they would want to shut down.
Yeah, that's true. It's just a fucking shitty situation. And then, I mean, I get that, shutting down the beaches because you don't want people, like, close together. But, damn, it's the beach. How do you, like...
I don't know. And I saw something about now, like, people can't boat. But when I was driving by the boat ramp over there by Pineda...
It's packed.
Oh, yeah.
It's
there wasn't
packed.
a spot
That's the
open.
thing. I did the same thing yesterday. They're like, take away the beaches, but you can't take away the river and the boat ramp. Like, how are they going to close that down?
I don't know.
Like, I would really hope that they couldn't do that. I told Jake today, I'm like, all right, we need to go buy a boat because...
Just rent it.
Just like
for
rent
like a
it
month.
for a month,
Like, all right, we're going to
something.
return it. It didn't work out for us. Thank you.
Right. We would like the 30-day trial, please.
Yeah.
Refund. Yeah, no, but it's just, it's ridiculous. I want to go to the beach.
Yeah. I really wanted to go today.
I know. We were supposed to take all the kids.
I know.
See, and
I
that's the
wanna-
thing. When I was at the beach yesterday, those were like, Cole and I, they didn't even look at. No. Open to residents today?
Really? Dang.
Damn, we could have gone to the beach.
I know. We can go. Well, I don't want to go this week. I can't go without.
Sherrod.
Yeah, I need the help. 2 little ones.
Yeah, that's true. And Sherrod's still working.
Yeah.
Well-
He was going to have to work today. Because one of his guys called out again.
Oh,
So, I mean, what can you do? Like,
That's
If
true.
you're sick, you're sick. Like, they don't want you there.
mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah, well, and the allergies are so bad too. I'm sure people are like, "Oh my god, allergies," but they're really, really just-
Corona.
exactly.
Oh my God, I got the Corona.
I keep calling it that, and then I'm like, it sounds so much more official if you say COVID-19.
I know.
Sound so much more intelligent. I wrote an email to my grandmother today or last night and I'm like, yeah, Corona, and then I sent it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I sound like a 15-year-old. COVID-19 would have sounded much more intelligent to her.
COVID-19. We got the COVID-19.
Yeah, but no.
It's like that. What do they say on Monsters Inc? With the sock on the things on the
oh
monster's
my
back.
gosh, I have no idea, but I love that movie.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. COVID-19. COVID-19.
Yeah, it's about to get in shit. I feel like the world's in for a rude awakening.
I know. I'm sitting here like, okay, hopefully it'll start to go down the numbers,
I
and
don't
then everyone's
think
like,
so.
it's gonna get way
Worse.
worse within
Yeah.
the next month. And
I don't
it's
think
just-
so.
It's so crazy that we have to keep doing this for this long.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find an online job
I know.
or apply at Publix. And then I told Jake, I was like, they're just gonna lay me off when all this is over.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah,
What are they
Well-
gonna do with everybody?
exactly.
I don't know. I thought about that, but I was guaranteed I'm supposed to start school in May.
Oh, you are.
And they guaranteed me that even if school's not open, they're going
They'll
to start
have
it
it
online.
Online. I went to register for Eastern Florida because I'm going to start classes for the nursing this May.
Yeah.
And it won't let me register online, so I have to call them and see, because I don't even know if they're taking appointments inside, or am I going to do an over a phone appointment and they can register me from there? I don't know what to do.
I would assume so. They wouldn't need to like see your face. I don't know why.
I
you
mean,
would
even
have
on
to
their
go in.
website, it doesn't say anything.
Sherrod was able to register for classes.
It's because
You're
it's
new.
it's
Would
because
you be
my
like a-
GPA is low.
Oh, okay, so you had to have like a special.
Which when I was there last time, they said that I didn't need, like it said it didn't have any of that in my chart. Like it said I should be fine. But when I go online, it says I have no holds, but it won't let me register.
School, man.
I know.
They make that shit
Pain
impossible.
in the ass.
It's crazy. You might as well just not go.
Yeah, well, that's not an option. I wish at the same time. It's so annoying because I'm like, all right, if I didn't have to go to school, like, and I could just be a nurse and know all of this information. If I had a photographic memory,
Right, that'd
how
be the
much
shit.
easier? I mean, probably not much easier because I'm sure those people's brains are just get overloaded at times. I have no idea.
I don't know how that works.
But man, that would just make life so much easier. Look at a page and, know fucking everything.
Right?
That'd be so much easier. School, I
So pretty
fucking
soon
hate
we're going to
school.
be stay-at-home moms in school.
I'm going to have to like do some sort of like, and I hate that. I mean, I love some of our friends that do like, the air bond and there's what are those, the losing weight things or the detox,
It's like it
the
works
coffees.
or the coffee, keto coffee.
I see so many of them. I mean, I have one lady who messages me like every week.
I see
You
them
ready?
all
You
over.
ready? And I'm like, I haven't messaged you, and I'm like, I don't message you back. Please stop.
Right.
But I'm about to be that annoying person. Probably not with
Yeah,
Airbond.
they're probably getting like boosted
see,
up
and
with
that's the
people
thing.
wanting to work for them.
And with DoTerra, I think I could sell that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with like, all their good stuff you can use it for. Which sometimes, I think it's bullshit. But sometimes it really does work. Sometimes it does. Like, okay, there's these ones essential oils that are supposed to balance your hormones. Postpartum did not balance fucking shit.
I feel
was
like
a whacked
postpartum
out
is like,
motherfucker.
yeah, it's like your body's like, there's no coming back from that naturally.
No.
I mean, I'm on anti-anxiety from my postpartum, but I never really got postpartum. I think I got postpartum depression with Oakland only because I was staying at home and I was also pregnant with Emberlyn, and
You were
was just,
isolated.
yeah, and it was just a lot. Hormones crazy because I hadn't quite bounced back yet from Oakland, and then immediately into Emberlyn, and but then this time around, like, it was more like a weight lifted off my shoulders, like I had my body
gotcha.
back. I could do whatever I wanted. I could eat whatever I want. I mean, to a point, because I'm still staying at home with them.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as depressing the second time.
Well, and you knew
around.
what to expect.
Yes, and that's another thing. Like, I see these videos about, what life really is like, after you give birth and stuff, and that shit needs to be more popular.
Yeah.
Or at least give it to pregnant women who are coming in to find out information, because I think everyone should know what the reality is.
And that's true. And I feel like I've seen a lot of people who are like, I see all these people all the time where it's either like they tell you or they like sugarcoat it, or they're like, they fucking scare the shit out of you. But I mean, there's a lot of moms that talk about like, how could you not like feel the love for your baby? And it's not about like the not feeling the love or anything. For me, like, how people feel like withdrawn and they don't feel connected to their babies. I felt very connected to him, but I also just felt just like not myself.
Right. And that, I think that has a lot to do with your hormones and your body trying to regulate and get back to becoming just you instead of somebody supplying food and blood supply and everything to somebody else.
You that's the thing. You literally go from being selfish, and that's not like a selfish in a bad way. You only have to worry about yourself, to completely gearing it from being able to be selfish to like, if you're selfish, you feel like a shit mom.
And honestly, there's a lot of people out there that are pretty damn selfish, even after having kids. And it's just like, I never understood
How you can give birth and then just like go out the next night. I don't even understand how people can put on real clothes, let alone
Yeah, me either.
go out and leave. I couldn't imagine, like, I could not imagine just leaving my baby with somebody else
Yeah, and
a
just
week
going
or
out.
two after the giving birth.
Yeah, and I don't, and not only that, you know, some people just like don't have a care in the world for their kid, and that blows
That's
my mind
true.
too,
Yeah.
because there's so many people out there that aren't capable of having kids that
And would love
to have that kid,
Mhm.
and you know, I just don't understand it. And I have friends that are like that, you know, I totally just don't get it. I don't get how they can have children and
then
not care about
or not connect. I mean, even if it takes you a while to, I mean, there's when you first have a baby, there's obviously like, what the fuck is this? What do I do?
Yeah, because it's not like they give you any type of
Exactly.
packet like,
But-
oh, you know,
Here's
here's
what-
everything you need to do. Here's the breakdown. They're
No,
like,
it's-
okay, here's your discharge papers. Good luck. Call us if you need anything.
right? And then you're not thinking about calling. You're not gonna call.
No.
No, I didn't call.
I only called because I got mastitis
Mastitis?
the second time around. And that was only, and they were like, they didn't even talk to me on the phone. It was like phone tag, and then she just sent over a prescription.
Yeah. See, if I knew what I knew today, I would totally do everything differently, pregnancy wise and postpartum wise.
Well, your next pregnancy.
I know. I have the chance. Next
Coming up
baby.
pretty soon.
Jake would die. Shit. We still have stuff relationship wise to work on.
I feel like
You're always working on that stuff though.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
another-
not to be like, oh, you guys should just whip out another child.
But I get it though, because you just like I get it though. You want to like get it over with.
Oh, that was my mindset, which
Right?
is horrible to say.
It is, but it's
But
not.
I was like, oh, we're pregnant again. All right, we're kind of getting it over with. Like, yes, we want to have another child, but we need to wait until, you know, these kids are in school.
Oh yeah,
And I need to have
yeah.
a life of my own before we have another kid. But, you know, I fully believe that it's great for kids to have siblings.
Oh, me too. I mean, Josh and my brother are 14 months apart. So I was like 9 months when my mom got pregnant. It was 6 months.
yeah.
And my dad told me, he said they sat in the bathroom and cried for hours. But he is like, we don't talk every day, and you know we have our own lives. But he's always like, that's my best friend, man. You know.
Well, he's always been there, being kids and stuff.
Exactly. We had the same friends growing up.
Yeah.
You know, when I moved out, he practically spent the summer with us. You know,
Yeah.
like he has always been. I've probably been more like too motherly with him, like probably, you know, like a little going crazy with like his girlfriends and stuff. I'm the only girl, so, and I have two younger brothers.
Well, and that has a lot to do with your situation with your mom and
That
like
is
you
true.
being forced into that motherly viewpoint.
That is true.
I guess.
Yes, my mom was sick from the age I was 11 until she passed away when I was 25.
So she was diagnosed when she was pregnant with Willie.
Well, she was diagnosed with cancer, and then when she was supposed to get
Blood work or something.
no, it was a mastectomy. That's when they remove your breast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be a mastectomy, and then they found out she was pregnant, and they were going to abort, but they couldn't find a doctor, so my mom said no. So yeah. So that is true because at my 11 years old and not having a mom
Well, you're 11 years old, forced to have to
help raise a
immediately be
baby.
an adult because
Yeah.
you got to help with your sick mom on top of, you know, your siblings. And
That's true.
it's just, you know,
So I think
one of
that's
those
always
situations.
been why I've had the issue of not being able to let go of my family and like boundaries, working on boundaries just in general
yeah.
with people and being able to like step back and say no and have your own life and everything like that. Because I felt like I got wrapped up in that, which I don't regret. I don't regret, you know, taking care of my mom and like being there. But also I had no boundaries,
Yeah.
which now I feel like I have boundaries.
I think
better.
that's super important.
Hell yeah. Because, dude, you cannot mother your fucking brothers. Who would want to, anyways?
That is very true.
Right? My little brother is like me, and I was not the best. You know, I was a little
You were grounded majority
of
your
my high
child.
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably at 2.5 out of the 4 years in high school I was grounded. That sounds so bad. But even after I moved out, I probably got even more wild.
Oh, yeah. We
But-
did some wild shit.
But we had so much fun. And I'm really glad that we got to do all of that before having babies.
Me too, because I think I would be really sad if I got pregnant at such a, like, I mean, I was young when I got pregnant, but if I got pregnant at like 18 or something,
Oh, pissed.
like, wouldn't be able to experience any of that life.
Right.
And I think I would always be like, oh, what if? Like,
And you would have that resentment, you
Yeah.
know? Oh, fuck.
so I'm
yeah.
really glad that I got to have my party life and my bachelorette
life.
lifestyle for a little bit before having kids, because
That's so
there's no
true.
going back. I mean, some people there is, but for me, there's no going back.
Yeah, no. That's true. When you like, I remember seeing the positive pregnancy test, and there was just like, there wasn't even a thought of like, you know, adoption, abortion. Like there was just no thought of that.
Like, oh, all right, this
Yeah.
is happening.
It was more of just like, holy fuck.
Yep.
Because you don't think it's going to be true because for the past 10 years, you've been fine.
Yeah, right. And you're like, how am I pregnant now?
Right.
I haven't gotten pregnant yet, so I should be just
Exactly.
fine. Wrong.
Yeah. No, totally wrong.
I remember I took my pregnancy test after work one night, and took it, and then got in the shower and just took a shower. No big deal. Like, I didn't even think about it. I was like, there's no way it's positive. Got out and looked at it, and I was like, oh shit. Gotta call Charlie.
I dropped to my knees.
You came over with like 10 more pregnancy tests.
Bro, and it was what? It was like 1 a.m.
When we got off work. By the
Okay,
time we
so by
got
this time
home-
it was like 2.
Yeah.
Called me probably like what, 2:30?
I don't remember.
So
yeah.
all the drugstores are closed. You live by Pineda. I drove to O'Galley,
Yeah, the
CVS
Walgreens.
or
yeah.
Walgreens.
Yeah, the Walgreens, the
and
only one
bought
that was
pregnancy
open.
tests. Yep.
I tell Sherrod that when we drive by sometimes. I'm like, oh, that's where Charlie went and got
I
their
did. I
pregnancy
literally, and I think I
test.
bought like 10. I totally did.
You did, which is crazy because they're so expensive. They're crazy expensive pregnancy tests.
Yeah, and I would now I would go to the dollar store
Yeah.
and buy those, pee in a cup and dip it, you know?
Mhm.
Shit. We had money back then, what we thought was
Whoa.
money.
Yeah.
Shit. Working.
Yeah, it was just us.
Do you miss working at all? Not even like in the restaurant industry, but just in like
Yes.
general
Yes,
working.
I definitely love being home with my babies, but I am not a forever stay-at-home mom. Like, I need my time. Gotta go to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always had this thought, like, you know, I had this thing built up in my mind about this fantasy about what stay-at-home mom life was. And
Mhm.
working in the restaurant, you see all these tennis ladies coming in, and like these groups of moms that are just, you know, they just went to the gym, and like, but they got money. They got nannies that stay home with their kids, you know, while their husbands are working, and then they can go out and get their hair done and their nails done and play
Exactly.
tennis and do yoga and do all this shit.
And they still have the money to be able to do all of those extracurricular
extracurricular
Thank
activities.
you. Me fucking not knowing how to talk.
But I don't know. I just always had it in my mind, like, that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom. And then now I'm like, F this. I love my babies, but F this.
Right?
Like, I need my time. I need to work. I need to get the F out of this house because I'm gonna lose it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah.
And it's been really, like, I've been incredibly grateful that I have had the opportunity to stay home
Mm-hmm.
because they grow so much within their first year. I
It's
think I
so
would have been
true.
really disappointed to miss a lot of that.
Yeah. Well, and then also when you think about like daycare and you think about full-time daycare, that's someone stepping in, and like the first year of your child's life is probably one of the most important like growing wise.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you bring someone else in that you don't exactly know how they're going to, or even if you agree with their style of parenting, and you're bringing that in and putting that on their child as well, and putting
There's
trust
just so
in
much to think about when it comes to, you know, going back to work immediately.
Oh yeah,
You know, 6 weeks and you're back in work and your kid's going to daycare.
Care.
And a lot of families
Do
can't
that,
afford
and-
to not work.
yeah. Well, not even that. They're like good. They're like, all right, my kid's going to daycare. I'm going to work, and they're fine with it. Like, and for me, I remember telling Jake, I was like, I was freaking out because I was like, I am not ready to go back. I'm not. And being
I think
being
I
worried.
wasn't ready because we had discussed me going back. But also I was pregnant, so that would have been really difficult to go back and then be pregnant and then to be
leave
off
again.
of work again.
You would have had to go back to Sandbar.
Yeah. So, it was just a little bit of a different situation for us, and luckily, Sherrod got this great job opportunity, and he's been able to support the family, and we've been blessed with that. So it's just, but heck yeah, my ass is ready to get back to work. And it's not even like I'm so stoked for school. I'm like, yes, I get to get out of the house and go to school for a couple hours. Like, I am ready to just finish. I'm ready. And then working. And by that time, they'll be almost in school anyway. Kindergarten. At least Oki will be.
Yeah.
But there's VPK, so that's where Emmy will be.
That's true.
VPK,
That'll be nice. They'll be in like high school together, and that'll be cool.
I'm hoping that they'll be best friends, but we'll have to see how they are.
That's always like a hit or miss.
I know they're either gonna hate each other or they're gonna. And I have to be like, I want to be that mom that like dresses them up in matching outfits and they have everything matching.
They're going to hate you.
I know.
They have to remember that
they're gonna hate me and they're gonna hate each other because they don't want to look like one another. That's how my sister and I were. We didn't want to be like
the same. Well, I mean, you get to that age too. I mean, they'll deal with it for a while. They'll be into it for a little bit.
Yeah, and then they'll hit
like
like
what?
7, 8, 9. They'll be like, "Mom, I'm not matching with my sister."
You're so embarrassing. Oh man, 2 girls.
Crazy life. I don't even want to think about when they're
in high school and shit.
They better not be having sex because I know that these high
they're
schoolers
gonna be having sex.
Middle schoolers are having sex. That just blows my. I did not have sex until my senior year of high school.
I was a freshman. No, I was a sophomore.
My senior year and I'm very
That's
proud
good.
of myself.
That's good. And honestly, like everyone talks about like, like losing your virginity and it's so important and it's like, but like seriously though, like when I think back, I wish I did like there's like 3 people I wish I had sex with. Out of a handful.
Just a handful.
2 handfuls.
2 handfuls. 2 toefuls, man.
2 handfuls. But it's true though. You like look back and you're like.
Sometimes I forget when I really think about like
That's
who
true.
I had sex with in my past life. I'm just like, shit. Oh yeah, I totally forgot we had a thing.
And it's just like you didn't know anything, and you're like supposed to feel good, and you're like this guy fucking sucks, but you won't tell him, and you're like,
Yeah, you don't want to say anything.
Yeah, but you should. You should say something.
I know.
We should be able to feel that confident where it's like, bro, that doesn't feel good. Please do this. Like, I never had that confidence.
No way.
Ever.
No
until
way.
Jake.
I'm just like, yeah, okay. We're good.
Yeah, it
you
feels
got
great.
this.
Yep. Let's. Your
that.
face is right there.
Then you fake that orgasm. So you can get them to stop because it doesn't feel good.
Right? Or you're like, you there? You gonna come? You ready?
You ready?
Come on, let's go. I'm done. Please get off of me.
Oh man. But now middle school kids, this is why kids are getting pregnant at like 14, 15, sometimes 13, 11, 12. Oh my God. I couldn't even imagine if my kid came home at 11 years old and was like, Mom, I'm pregnant.
But that's the thing. They don't even know. They truly have no fucking idea.
Well, sex ed isn't taught to them at 11 years old.
No,
I
was
learned
never
that shit
taught
until
for
high school.
I didn't learn any of that. Like I learned it from kids at school. My parents
I had like a
never
health
even
first
had
class that I had to take, and my mom, she told us by drawing a picture of our fallopian tubes.
Oh my God.
Called it the alien.
She called it the alien.
That's what it looked like.
That's
it looked
true.
like an alien
Like with little horns.
Yeah, the way she drew it. And so forever we call it the alien, but that was her sex talk. And she was trying to teach us like what happens with the egg and the sperm and like the alien.
See, and that's the thing. Like, my mom was like, it's what we did to make Willie. And it's like, what? Like, that's my fucking sex talk?
Well, it's your mom.
I know.
She's not going to go into detail about
But
they don't have sex. They don't
You
do
will
that.
go to hell if you have sex, which is literally what I thought. That's what my mother told me. I thought I was going to hell. Thought I was going to, oh man, I remember. And that's the thing. I lost my virginity and then he cheated on me a week later.
Ooh.
And I really thought I was going to hell.
Oh,
I did.
Rough.
It was so sad, right?
Yeah, how sad.
It was really sad. And then like he used to come into Sandbar all the time, and we were still friends. But that's the thing. You think back, and you're like, that was supposed to be significant. Like, I do not like it. Gross, gross.
Yeah, I got a lot of those.
But that's what I wish. I wish like parents would talk about the science of it and how it works, but also like the emotional, physical part of it, because it's not just like.
I feel like for a girl though, emotionally, it's different than for a guy.
It's completely, but also I feel like for a man, when they're in high school, they're just like, I just want to get it. But as a man gets, well, hopefully some men, as they get older, they want to have a real connection with somebody. And that's the thing. That's what intercourse is. It's how you have it's like a
connection,
powerful connection.
And sex is always better when you have
that
for
connection
somebody.
and that love and that
exactly.
Sure. And that's the thing, when you find it and you're like, this is how it's supposed to feel,
right? I've never had this good of sex ever in my life. And I think about it like all the times, I've had sex, which I mean, I guess 2 handfuls for me as well. And it really hasn't been that.
And that's not that many.
I'm not a crazy
Thank you.
whore. Like, I haven't gone out and slept with a shit ton of people. But, it's not like I've only slept with one person. So I have things to compare it to. And definitely best sex in my life. And totally best relationship, best love, best everything. 100%. Totally different relationship than I've ever been in with anybody ever. Mm-hmm. And it's so crazy to think, like, you see all these people, they're like, oh, my soulmate, when they're like 20 years old.
And you're like,
yeah, like these shows, Bachelor, Bachelorette, where they're casting people at like
22-year-olds.
It's like, how the hell are you even ready to be married at 22?
Exactly. Well, and that's the thing, like, I don't know, at least for me, it happened when I least expected it. Like, literally, I wanted to move. I was like, fuck no. Like, I'm just trying to get
relationship
laid.
life.
Dude, and then I didn't even, like, try to get laid. I made him wait 2 months. And
then bam, baby.
Bam, baby. Bam.
Bam, baby.
Seriously, 6 weeks. That's literally, that's the thing. That is
that's how it was with Sherrod. Like, I didn't even want to be with him. We were like hooking up, but that was all I really it wasn't a big deal to me. I never thought in a million years like, oh, this is the man I want to marry.
Exactly.
And then
and
then look at it. Boom.
It's not like exactly like when you're in the beginning of it and you're dating this person and you're like, all right, I want to move out of this fucking state. I don't want to be here. Like, you're not thinking like, oh, I'm going to marry this guy and we're going to be together. Like, you're thinking like, all right, I'm going to date this guy for a little while and probably until I move, and we'll see where things go.
Just go with the flow.
Exactly. That's what you're thinking. Go with the flow. You're not thinking, I mean, until I knew I was going to marry him or like be with him forever, But I mean,
boom, baby.
Exactly. That's seriously though.
Changes your life forever.
Ba-boom. It does.
And here we are, the momly moms.
Exactly. Dude, I look at pictures of us and we were so tan. Yeah. And we had eye makeup on.
Right.
And lipstick.
Skinny. Fit. I'm not skinny anymore. No, we're momly.
We're momly. Yep, but hey, that's all right. I like it.
Yep. I wouldn't change it for the world. Mm-mm. But we just wanted to share our life with everybody.
Exactly.
And we want to make this a weekly thing.
Yeah, so we really hope you tune in and listen in next week. We don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but we'll let you know next week.
Oh, yeah. It'll be fun, I'm sure. So this has been RealMomly, and I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Charlie.
And thanks for tuning in.
Have a good day, guys.